That's the one I took right when the gun went off. And you got the red laser beam right on. Oh, not. Lasers on his face. Got the 2 dingbats. Like you see the face is like. It was total chaos. People running everywhere. The president and his 2 bodyguards. The names on the security plan were Knight and Rook, I think. I wonder which one's which. What's that? Thank you. Indeed. Thank you indeed. I think you've provided us with a vital clue. Hoo-wee, your eyes just lit up like a pair of danged old Christmas trees. Well, Mr. Actress, care to tell the readers what you spotted? A contradiction. Huh? What now? I don't see nothing strange. Allow me to show you. This picture shows the moment of the incident, but another piece of evidence shows something different. I need to highlight the point of contradiction. And then employ my powers of deduction. First, I need to find a contradiction in the photograph. Yes, that's it. And I simply press X to make my deduction. Now, to present the evidence that proves the contradiction. Now, how does it want me to... It's not really clear as what it... Does it want the gun, or does it want... Wait, it might be this. Wait, no, it's not pointing to the 2 people. Look closely at the picture of the president in this newspaper clipping, if you would, Miss Lloyd. Now look at Kay's photograph and compare the 2 carefully. Huh? What am I looking for here? Am I stupid or something? I've not seen the problem. Indeed. There's something on the president's forehead. Oh, it... Really? That's how the angle you want to do? Like, oh, there's this red dot on his forehead. Oh, look at this picture. It wasn't there before. Come on. It's obviously the laser. The gun should have worked. Okay, so I'm not stupid. I'm just not doing what the game wants, which is... It's like... Oh, hey, look at this picture of him. Now look at this picture of him. Oh, look, there's a red dot on his forehead. What is that? Some kind of birthmark? Yeah, guy's got a big red birthmark right in the middle of his forehead. Edwards, can you please shut them up on that stupid tangent? I highly doubt a birthmark just sprang up there since the picture was taken. You get bitten by a bug, then maybe? Yeah, that's it. That's a big old bug bite. And here I thought it was something important. The look on your face. You should know that the road to the truth is paved with just such a seemingly trivial detail. Ooh, again, there's a face. All right. Duly noted, Chief. Really? We're not gonna connect it to the gun yet? Unless we can now. Same thing. I have solved the mystery of the red birthmark. Really? So it wasn't a bed bug? Bug bite? Come true, you idiot. No. What we're dealing with isn't something that would itch for a day and then disappear. It is in fact a beam of a laser sight. That kid was aiming to shoot the president square in the forehead? And shortly after this picture was taken, a second shot rang out. Yeah, but that's gonna do more than it. Indeed. I fear the president may be in more danger than we thought. Then the gun we found was the weapon used in the crime. Why would a perp use a laser sight, though? He's right. It's not like crazy using something like that. Pew pew pew. It's not like you can just go around shooting lasers all over the place. No, and anyone that saw it could trace it back to the shooter. Seems like a pretty bad idea all around. Oh, I almost forgot. I took a couple more pictures. There's the laser sights in one of them. It's a long shot, but it's worth a look at least. Alright, Kay, let's see those other pictures. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Let's see. First up, here's one I took just before everything started going south. Don't tell me the reporter's actually the killer. Wait a minute. Because Miss Lloyd said 2 old men right in front of her, right? That's what she said. At least I'm pretty sure. Does the recording say? Doesn't specify that there. But we can see the laser sight right here. You want to just fire it right there? That'd be amazing. Just get rid of pain. That would be awesome. That would have been great. It might be more useful to us if half of the frame wasn't taken up with your face. No, it's more than useful. Can't you blame me for wanting to get a selfie with the president? Luckily for you, it was right before the gun went off. This is the one I showed you before. It's from just after this first shot was fired. The second shot came seconds after this. Then there's... So I ran over there. Ran to Samurai Dogs. What's this? I can hardly see anything. Got knocked over when everyone started running, right after that last picture. You were on top of the van, weren't you? How'd you get knocked over? Guess I must have pressed the shutter by accident. Not sure if this one's gonna be much use, kid. And that's all of them. Okay, so when you go to Samurai Dogs. Time to take a closer look. Let's examine a picture from before the shooting. Is there any hint to the laser sight in this picture? Right here. Take that! There, I see it. What is it, sir? Look closely at the person with the red hood. Whoa, whoa, there it is. Indeed. That's our laser sight right there. So that's that perp. The one in the red hood must be the shooter. Yes. We found him. And that's all thanks to yours truly. Indeed. You led us right to our greatest treasure of all, Miss Great Thief. The truth. You may have captured our would-be assassin in one of your other pictures too. Let's take another look.
Take that!
Look, right there. A red jacket. That must be our suspect. It's like they took advantage of the confusion to make their getaway. Luckily, we can see exactly where they headed. Ah, the samurai dog stand. Precisely, which means they escaped towards the right-hand side of the spectator area. Detective Gumshoe. On it, sir. Consider it clear. Good, I'm counting on you. Hey, all of you, get out of the way. Mr. Edwards said so. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Red Riding Hood. We have you now, my little Red Riding Hood. The entire park is cordoned off, and we know which way you went. Yeah, but if we just find the hood, we're going to need to be able to trace it back to who was wearing it. Now it's simply a matter of hunting you down. Now, let us continue our investigation. There's evidence here somewhere. All we have to do is find it. There's the hood. Might scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. There's also this button here. There's something red down there. Detective Gumshoe, can you see what that is under the stand, please? Is it a reversible jacket? Because Miss Lloyd was talking about a reversible jacket. There's something down here, all right. Let's see. Red raincoat. This must be the one our suspect was wearing. They must have taken it off and hidden it there before they made their escape. But oh, it is interesting that one sleeve is poked out. I think this might be a reversible jacket. The right sleeve is inside out. The button is missing too. What's this? A red button. Hey, do you think could have been dropped by our red-hooded suspect? Yes, it seems certainly like. The button we found seems to have come from this raincoat. It must have been pulled loose when the killer took off. Huh? Right sleeve's inside out too? Seems it was removed in a hurry. Fast enough to tear a button off, no less. I surmise the assassin disposed of their gun and bag and trash immediately after shooting at the president. Then they slipped into the panicked crowd and moved from the left to right side of the spectator area. This was because they knew the trajectory of the bullet would point to a shooter on the left side. Finally, they removed the raincoat and hid under the samurai dog stand. The killer would have needed to get rid of the coat as soon as possible, hence its hurried removal. The fact that its right sleeve is inside out is a testament to how quickly it was taken off. Yep, and a missing button. The question is, of course, why didn't the same thing happen to the left sleeve? Oh yeah, well the right sleeve is inside out. Indeed, and the button is on the left sleeve is still securely attached. So what does this mean, Mr. Edwards? If we were to answer that question, Detective, we'll need to inspect the raincoat in a little more detail. It's all muddy. The right sleeve is inside out. You can clearly see where the button was torn off. Yes, whoever discarded this raincoat did so in quite a hurry. Take a closer look at the inside of the raincoat. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Oh no. This is a blood stain. Consider where it's located. I say the blood belongs to our would-be assassin. Was the assassin shot at? So we're looking for someone with an injury? Not just any injury, detective. An injury on their left arm. Huh? How do we know that? It's simple. The right sleeve is inside out, suggesting that the suspect removed the raincoat in a hurry. Conversely, the left sleeve is just as we would expect it to be. Therefore, the suspect's left arm was never in the sleeve in the first place. And once we understand that, everything else falls into place. Now, detective, there's a blood stain on the left lining of the raincoat. Because the suspect's arm was too injured to fit through the sleeve. Precisely. Or at least we can say that there is a good probability that was the case. Get the blood tested, Gumshoe? Sounds like a great idea. Pieces are starting to fall into place. I don't think we have any indication of someone being injured in the right arm. At least not yet. Detective Gumshoe, I need you to go and search the crowd for likely suspects. Yes, sir. Suspicious characters with injured left arms. Come right up, sir. Why did Gumshoe run that way? You're even smarter than you look, Ruffles. Well, it doesn't look like she has an injured left arm. So, it might put her out of contention. But the coat could also be stolen, so that blood could have already been there. We don't know that. Taking all them itty bitty bits and putting them in together like that, you have your man in no time. That's Mr. Edwards for you. The park is still cordoned off, so a would-be assassin should be in that crowd somewhere. Don't let me down, Detective Gumshoe. Waiting for the report that he found absolutely nothing. Mr. Edwards, we found someone who fits the bill perfectly, sir. Oh wow, he actually did find someone. Way to nab the assassin, Gummy. Hold on, Kay. It's a little too soon to be jumping to conclusions. For the moment, they're a person of interest and nothing more. Understood? Okay, no jumping. He's our shooter, sir. I'm sure of it. He's the guy who tried to take out the president. In broad daylight, surrounded by a crowd of witnesses, this is no ordinary assassin. Bring him over here, detective, carefully. Yes, sir. Come on, boys. You heard me. Heard Mr. Edwards? Oh, are you kidding me? Hi, how are ya? No umbrella, and a bandage on his left arm. Well, pal, state your name already. Doe. John Doe. It's charmed, I'm sure. My real name is Shelley the Killer, though. John Doe. Not a name you hear you often hear in real life, because it's not even his real name, I'm sure, and it's probably not going to get brought up right away. That's correct. I know this man from somewhere. I'm sure of it. And you are a prosecutor, Mr. Edwards. And you are a prosecutor Edwards. Okay, I'm doing his voice too similar to Edwards. And you are Prosecutor Edwards. And you know my name? Of course. I've been following the day's development with some interest. Now perhaps you care to explain why you asked to speak with me? As you've been following our investigation, you are no doubt already aware of who we're looking for. So let me ask you, do you recognize this raincoat by any chance? Forgive me, but I'm afraid I do not. I see. Well, I believe its owner to be the would-be assassin we are seeking. That's not how ice cream works. That's not how that works. Excuse me. That's not how it works. My. Well, isn't this just shocking? And this would be assassin happens to have an injured left arm. Just like you. All I can tell you is that I have nothing to do with this unfortunate affair. The two adversaries stare each other down, their eyes in deadly laces. Care to tell the readers what happened next? Showdown, that's what. Battle of wits, battle of words. Dare I let him explain any further what he thinks this upcoming battle will entail? No. Detective Gumshoe, you're quite finished leaking my professional strategies to the press. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. That's a bunch of big old grudge. If I wouldn't done that any harm. I can understand why whoever wore the raincoat would be of interest to you. But you have no proof that the person is injured as you claim. You have no proof that the person is injured as you claim. Are you sure? My left arm may be injured, but I can still use my right arm. When it started raining, I simply opened my umbrella. No raincoat required. So you contend that you were not wearing a raincoat, is that correct? Well, we can't really see him in any of the pictures. It is, and it's so strange. Not everyone wears one, after all. I happen to prefer an umbrella. Team Raincoat over here. They're perfect for when a girl really needs to move. Heck, I don't use neither. Come on, rain, sleet, snow, or shine. My trusty parka every time. Not exactly the line of inquiry I was hoping to pursue. So you see, I'm not your would-be killer. I'm not in the habit of making baseless accusations, Mr. Doe. Please, it's not just a simple case of... I mean, there's really only one thing to be said in this situation.
You fool!
Forgive me. My wounds seem to have begun bleeding again in all the excitement. The owner of the raincoat is definitely our assassin. Said owner has an injured left arm. I'm on to you, Mr. Doe. It's only a matter of time. And they just made it completely obvious that it's him. So he got hired, but we're gonna have to figure out who hired him. Who you protecting, buddy? Who you protecting?
Objection!
You seem like a careful man, Mr. Doe. But not quite careful enough. After all, you left something behind. Something of vital importance. I'm afraid you must have me confused with someone else. The coat does not belong to you. Or you claim to have some kind of proof to support your accusation. Your arm isn't troubling you too much, I hope. Your wound seems to be bleeding again. I'll survive as long as I can pretend it's not something of inconvenience. You have my deepest sympathies, because if it wasn't bleeding quite so badly, you could have perhaps made a clean getaway. What exactly are you insinuating? As we have already established, whoever wore the raincoat is injured. And now I can prove that person is you. This is a decisive piece of evidence. Instead of him sweating, it's the ice cream cone. You see, Mr. Doe, there's a small amount of blood on the inside of this raincoat. Blood that belongs to our assassin. Trying to murder of a foreign leader, causing a diplomatic incident. Now throw the book at you. You can give us a silent treatment all you like, but we don't need you to talk. A simple blood test will give us all the answers we require. All it takes for us to compare the blood on your bandage to the blood on the coat, and that will be that. We have the evidence. Why don't you make it easier on us all and come clean? Admit that you are the one who attempted to assassinate the president of Zangbar. I am not your assassin. You're stubborn. I'll give you that. But if this were a game of chess, you would already be in checkmate. Now do the honorable thing and admit defeat. It's not gonna admit that easily. He doesn't look like a man who has no moves left to play. Very well, you have me. I admit it. I was wearing the raincoat. Confess! Say the word and I'll slap cuffs on him right now. But I did not shoot at the president. What? Mr. Edgeworth, the only thing you have proven is that I was wearing a particular raincoat. As far as I'm aware, that is not a crime. Okay, so this is going to end up going to case photos, right? I'm no assassin. I'm a simple ice cream seller. One who happened to be wearing a red raincoat while watching the president speak. I'm surprised as anyone when his bodyguards sprang into action as the shots rang out. That's when the spectators panicked, started running and screaming for their lives. Now, are you finally satisfied that I'm telling the truth? As if your story stinks. I wasn't talking to you, little girl. You don't scare me. The evidence is on our side, you know. Look right here. Plain as day. The assassin, and they're wearing a red raincoat. Intriguing. But that is not me. Oh, come on. Tell me, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you really think I was the only one in the entire park wearing a red raincoat today? I do, actually. But then why? Why does he seem so sure of himself? I am no assassin, simple ice cream seller.
Hold it!
So you yourself didn't start running and screaming? I was hardly in the position to. Oh yeah, and what position were you in? One of extreme pain. Someone bumped right into my wounded arm. Hard. It was excruciating. I thought my eyes would pop out of my head. Yeah, well, they didn't. They clearly didn't. Of course they didn't, Kay. In any event, the shooter was wearing a red raincoat. You have photographic proof of that, and yet Mr. John Doe swears it wasn't him. He's got lines through his teeth, I tell you. No one gets away with disrespecting Mr. Edwards, pal. Not on my watch. Calm down, detective. We'll get the truth out of him by catching him in a lie. Yeah, so let's keep at it. He'll let something slip soon enough.
Hold it!
So you saw the bodyguards move before you heard the gunshots? Yes, I recall correctly, they moved first. At least, the one on the left did. You're rather observant, Mr. Doe. I am blessed with keen eyes. The name of the bodyguards were written in the top left corner of the security plan. The one on the left was Rook. That's correct. Bastian Rook, I believe. I do expect he noticed the light from a laser. The man is no amateur. Mr. Doe does know a little too much about the business of being a bodyguard for my liking. I'd say our friend here is no amateur either. I'd like you to amend what you just said to your testimony if you don't mind. As you wish. Yeah.
Objection!
No, dude. As I suspected, you are more than what you claim to be, Mr. Doe. You overestimate me, Mr. Richworth. He's gonna end up claiming like, oh, I'm one of the, I'm a plant in the crowd to keep an eye on things, or something like that. You overestimate me, Mr. Richworth. Oh, and then tell me how a simple ice cream seller knows the name of a presidential bodyguards. What? Yes, surely. You were the one who spoke their names aloud. Rook and Knight, was it?
Objection!
You said his full name. We only know the name thanks to the security plan. But look closely. Only their surnames appear. Yet, we all clearly heard you say the name Bastian Rook. How did you come to possess such information? Information we ourselves didn't have. This is pretty darn suspicious to me. Well, how did you know? Explain yourself. It was merely a slip of the tongue. Another lie. He is the assassin, just like we said. Come on now, miss. It's a little too soon to be jumping to such conclusions. I did know their names, yes, and the reason is that. Well, I know Mr. Rook, and he and I are acquainted. What? Oh yes, I know them. Of course. We have something of a connection. And his is a name I could never forget. Think I'm a stupid, pal? Stop lying. I am not lying. I am, as I always have been, a simple ice cream seller. Bull crap. And I'm an acquaintance of Bastian Rook, yes.
Objection!
And I suppose Mr. Rook will confirm that. It should be easy enough for him to remember his good friend, the slippery ice cream seller, correct? Please, if you're more than welcome to ask him. Although I think that might be difficult right now. I would imagine he's rather busy ensuring the president's safety. But suppose you were able to speak with him, and he does deny that he and I are acquainted. How will that help you prove I was the shooter?
Objection!
If you weren't the shooter, why'd you take off your raincoat? because it was no longer raining. In fact, I'd grown quite warm. Far better to let my room breeze, no? Or rather, would you rather had left fester? He's actually going to worm his way out of this.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Hurry up and arrest the man. He's clearly guilty. If I were you, he'd be in jail already.
You might be willing to arrest a man without sufficient proof, but I am not.
No, come on, Mr. Edgeworth. There's gotta be something you can do.
Shocking scenes here as the culprit seems all but certain to escape justice. I seem to be the court of public opinion. It seems the court of public opinion has spoken very well. As I will clearly be viewed as with suspicion no matter what I say, I might as well share what I know. What do you know? What's his angle here? I saw them. I saw another person with a red hood. What? Are you kidding? The person you captured in your photograph. I first noticed them just before the president's speech began. It was still raining. The outfit was the same color as my own, which is what drew my attention. As did the laser beam that was aimed directly at the president's head. He's claiming there was another red-hooded person. Preposterous. I knew that if anyone saw me dressed similar to the individual, I could fall under suspicion myself. So naturally, I removed my raincoat.
Objection!
So not only did you see the assassin, but they were wearing exactly the same thing as you. How very convenient. I thought you might find it far-fetched, hence why not mention it until now. I know you law enforcement people are very skeptical types. You would never have believed me. Especially not if I had said TheLordShiro was standing right next to a certain prosecutor. Well, I know you don't mean me. I wasn't even summoned till after the shooting. No, not you, Mr. Edgeworth. Your colleague over there.
Huh? Me?
Yes, the photographer will prove it. I'm sure. Photograph will prove it, I'm sure. You see, right there in front of the person with the red hood.
That's me, yes, but what exactly are you saying?
What's his endgame here? As I mentioned, I've been following your investigation for some interest, Mr. Edgeworth. And while pondering the details, I noticed something strange. Strange? What exactly? Come now, a man of your talent should be more than capable of spotting a contradiction such as this. I'm afraid I don't follow.
Mr. Chess, Chief Prosecutor.
So it's the Chief Prosecutor, Mr. Payne, and the shooter. Okay, so the person Payne's talking to is the Chief Prosecutor. It's a gray-headed old man.
And there's nothing weird in there. Weird about that.
Think carefully, the picture was taken right in the middle of the president's speech. What are the other pieces of evidence you gathered is inconsistent with what we see here? Oh, that is a good point. Rook is further away. So Rook's far away there, and all of a sudden, when the beam gets up to him, Rook is right next to him.
Take that!
Of course, the tape. So how does he know about the tape? That's why I wasn't presenting. I was like, how does he know about the tape? Ah, so you've noticed that at last.
What's going on about Mr. Edgeworth?
How does he know about the tape? He shouldn't know about the tape. Someone's missing. Someone who should be here.
Huh? But who?
True indeed. The person who is missing from this photograph is...
Take that!
Huh? Miss Lloyd? How do you figure that? Mr. Payne's voice can clearly be heard on Miss Lloyd's tape. Considering that he was conducting a private conversation with the chief prosecutor.
Oh, there's two old guys standing right in front of me. They were whispering away to each other the whole darn time.
She must have been very close indeed to capture it on tape.
You're right, but she's not in the picture.
Precisely. Well, Mr. Edwards?
I find it more suspicious that he knows about the tape. How does he know about the tape?
Precisely. Well, Mr. Edwards? Do you still believe that you have have been hounding the right person? Miss Lloyd, would you mind answering a few questions?
Whoa. You're not fixing to put me under the microscope now, huh? Alright, sure. Knock yourselves out. I've got nothing to hide.
Oh dear.
It ain't like I was standing still the whole time. Nah, I was running over roving horse style, and big old crowd. This picture must have been taken while I was in one spot from the tape. Well, I was in one spot in the tapes when I was in another. So quick at me the evil eye. I ain't got nothing but misunderstanding.
There's no doubt about the voices on the tape. That was Mr. Payne and the chief prosecutor. I'm certain of it.
Tabby wouldn't lie to us. I know she wouldn't. But if she did, that would mean that she's our pup. Y'all quit messing with me? As if I could have done a thing like that, little old me.
I might be inclined to believe you if your testimony didn't contain a glaring inconsistency.
Does? I thought it was pretty good.
It seems I have no choice but to present her with the evidence and expose the contradiction.
I mean, it's not even visible in any of it. Wait. Flag is blowing into the camera on this one. How? I just noticed that. That's a flag right behind Knight. Is this enough to contradict her?
Objection!
Miss Lloyd, it's imperative for a reporter not to lie, wouldn't you say?
Dang right it is, and I don't lie.
And yet, the photograph and the recording were differently taken at the same time. What? You can't prove that. Oh, but I can. The evidence is right here in these pictures. This one in particular shows something that lines up precisely with when you were making your recording. Oh, right. Because he was talking about the fists, right? Can't look at my evidence. But I think he was, like, there was something about him. There was a comment about him raising his fist. See here, the president has his fist raised. And what about it? Would it be so kind as to play us a tape again?
Nah, see, it ain't that simple.
What if I were to tell you that you don't have a choice?
You don't make it easy, do you, Ruffles?
Remember, we are concerned with the moment the president raised his fist.
No organization, no better big as blah blah blah. President thrusts his fist into the air as excitement reaches a fever pitch. There, that's the moment right there.
Correct. We've now confirmed when it occurred in the recording. Which means Tabby should be in the picture too. And she is, right there for all of us to see. For Miss Lloyd is in fact the person we see with the red hood.
What?
There goes the trap.
So you're a shooter, huh? Nah, I'm an owner jacket like that.
That's right. From everything we know, the owner of the raincoat is... We have already proven that the raincoat belongs to Mr. Doe. You, Tabby Lloyd, are wearing something else. Something that also happened to have a red hood.
Is the jacket she's wearing right now red? On the other side?
Indeed. Mr. Doe's last statement was true.
Wait, but we only found one raincoat. Where's the other one?
Our ice cream seller never mentioned a raincoat, only a red hood. Tell us about your jacket again, Miss Lloyd.
Oh, you can see it. You can see the red. Huh? This old thing? Well, it's the best thing about it, like I said, get mud on it and such. It's reversible. You just gotta turn it inside out and...
Just as I thought.
The inside of her hood. It's red.
That's right. And when the incident occurred, that's the side of the hood that was visible.
What's going on here? What are you really up to, huh, pal? Wait, I never wore it the way around.
Perhaps you would allow us to examine it. We could confirm that for ourselves.
Y'all gonna confirm that how exactly?
It was raining up until the president's speech, correct? That much has been established already. And as you yourself said.
Heck, I don't use neither. From rain, sleet, snow, or shine, my trusty parka every time.
You haven't reversed your parka since the rain. The inside should be dry.
Wait a sec now. Got a big old pack on, see? So I can't take off my jacket. Maybe I could show you some other time. You think that excuse is gonna... An excuse that week is gonna wash with Mr. Edwards? What are you waiting for? If you're innocent, take it off and show us. It wasn't me, I swear. Never shot the dang president. I could never.
That's true, Miss Lloyd, then your best option is to cooperate and tell us the truth. Is there a particular reason why you chose to wear a parka with a red hood here today?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Ruffles. Something I've never told you. Something I couldn't. I'll come clean, I promise. Go easy on me now, you hear?
Who said that? Hold your horses, it's assumed for the endgame. Oh. That goes for you too, Mr. Prosecutor. You lost this moment you made your opening move. That's one of the men from Kay's photograph. Guess I better introduce myself. First off, put the gun down, sir. Second off, that's not how cylindrical force, that's what it's called? He was spinning that gun on his finger. He would have it would have hit the trigger. There's no way he wouldn't have hit the trigger there. This is preposterous. The name's Brocco. I'm the president's personal bodyguard. And the second in command of his security detail. Eh? Point that thing somewhere else, pal. What the heck's wrong with you? Sorry, can't help myself. Just too much fun being this good. You're not a member of the law enforcement, so how did you get a gun? This old girl's on a loan from Zhang temporarily issued to his president of bodyguards. Really? Anyway, never mind that. I got 2 tidbits of news for you. You want the good news or the bad news? Your choice is yours. I'm indifferent, whichever you prefer. Really? You giving up the first move advantage just like that? Whatever, your loss. Guess I'll push out the first pawn. So you play a little chess, I take it. It's like your name is Knight. A fellow fan, are you, Mr. Red Suit? The name's Edwards. You could say I dabble. Duly noted, Mr. Edwards. Alright, I'll start with the good news. The president's okay. Didn't suffer so much as a scratch. He didn't? That's a relief. Particularly for the old lady here. It means there's no longer a murder charge on the table.
That is good news, huh, Tabby? Yeah, because I never...
Now for the bad news. The only reason the president's alive is because we bodyguards did our job. One of us did, anyhow. Our boss. Put himself in a line of fire. Are you referring to your colleague, Mr. Rook? Yeah, it's game over for him. Oh. So the other security agent died, but not the president. Interesting. Yeah, it's game over for him. No way! Rook is dead. A genuine loss. How convenient for you, huh? Shelly the Killer.
So, you're saying that Tabby...
Yeah, your friend here killed my colleague, my brother-in-arms.
Heck no. I didn't do it. I didn't kill anybody. Could never.
I'd shut your mouth if I were you, murderer. Sure, we did what we had to do. Sacrifice one of our pieces to protect the king. But to lose someone like him during a castling is a real scheme. Castling? What does that even mean? It's a chess move. Very simplistically speaking, it's a move where a rook switches places with the king. Then why didn't you just say so? Mr. Knight, was it? Yeah? What? I don't like this guy. We need to see the victim's body right away. And if possible, I'd like to ask the president a few questions. Sorry, no can do. And why not?
That's the third piece of news, and it's the piece you're gonna like the least.
I thought you said there were only 2.
National Police Force Inc. 5 will be handling things from here.
What? You are not on your own soil. You cannot do that, I'm afraid.
You gotta be kidding me, pal.
This investigation was assigned to us. We are not about to hand it over.
You're the Edwards, right? The one who solved the Yatagarasu case? The president mentioned you.
I'm honored to have warranted his attention.
It makes sense that the chief prosecutor would assign this one to you.
Wait, did the chief assign me to appease the president?
But that was a mistake. A big one. Should have given the case that somebody was a spy. You're free to take up with President Wang if you enjoy diplomatic incident status. You're coming with me. We continue this on our presidential plane.
No. No. I never did nothing, I swear.
We can do this the hard way if you like, but in thing 5 just is served one way or the other.
Ruffles, come on, you gotta help me out here, please. Miss Lord. She was the one in the red hood. There's no denying that now. But I can't help feeling we still don't know the whole truth behind this case.
I'm innocent. You gotta believe me.
Can I really let this happen? Is this really how it ends? The look in her eyes, the crack in her voice as she begs for me to help her. This is no act by a criminal. She's genuinely scared. And if I let him take her, we'll never know what really happened.
What?
What?
Get your filthy hands off of... She's the client. She didn't kill him, but she's a client? Because he's... Shelly the Killer is on the protective. He's like, hey, you're not going anywhere.
Quite now. Is that really a way to greet me?
Your neck has barely begun to heal, and you've already forgotten who I am.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, it's you.
Ah, so you do remember.
What do you think you're doing, pal? Put the knife down and give up. You got some nerve pulling stuff like this in front of a bunch of police officers. Don't even think about it. You don't stand a chance against this guy.
Who are you really, Mr. Dow? Let's just say I'm no simple ice cream seller.
We knew that from the beginning. It was quite obvious. Guy's a pro, a hitman. His name, Shelly the Killer.
The Killer. There's not a legal professional in this country who doesn't know that name. An assassin capable of taking down any target, any place, any time. This isn't the first time our paths have crossed. It's been too long, Mr. Edwards. But of course, this is our first time we've met face to face. You're the assassin we've been looking for. In a sense, yes. A certain someone did indeed hire me to carry out a contract. That contract did indeed specify that I was to assassinate President Wang. I swear I've seen his picture in one of my old files before, but how could I have been so careless? My bandage provided useful for bringing a knife into the apartment detective, but I miscalculated in a certain other regard. He didn't bring a gun? Now, shall we play a little game, Mr. Knight? I know you're fond of such diversions. The stakes must be high in order for this to be fun, of course. Shall we wager, say, your life?
What do you want from me?
I'd like for you to allow Mr. Edwards to remain in charge of the case. He what?
What are you up to, killer?
I would simply like our mutual friend to see through their conclusion.
Huh? But why?
Bastian Rook was a man of great skill, one with whom I felt a certain connection.
Was Rook an assassin too?
It is only right that the truth behind his death be brought to light. With Rook's departure, the case is now yours to investigate, is it not, Mr. Knight? I simply ask you that you transfer that authority to Mr. Edwards. I'm not sure it's something worth losing your life over, sure.
You're just using the investigation as an excuse to get close to the president.
Am I really? I suppose it is true that in order to investigation to proceed, you will need to enter the presidential play.
You think I'm gonna let you near him? I'm his chief bodyguard.
Are you? And here I thought you were only second in command.
Well, he kind of became first in command because this original first in command is not alive. Rook's not around. That means I'm number one.
I wonder if you have what it takes to step into such capable shoes.
You? Of course I do. I'm the leader now. Me.
If that is indeed the case, then I ask that you make a choice worthy of a leader. Will you needlessly throw your life away, or will you allow the investigation to continue? Is he really doing this to gain access to the president? Does he even need to? What is he plotting? You have no objections, I trust, Mr. Redworth. Come, let us continue the investigation.
What do we do now, sir?
It would seem we have little choice but to do as we're told. That said, listen, detective, and listen well. I'll buy some time as I investigate. Meanwhile, you gather the other officers. Have them surround the plane and make absolutely certain there's no way he can escape.
Yes, sir. Got it.